Hello and welcome. My name is Tom.
And I'm Heather.
And you are sitting at The Couples Table.
The Couples Table is a live stream podcast here on this YouTube channel. Join us for better or worse.
For richer or poorer.
In sickness and in health.
As long as we both shall live.
You took my line, babe.
Did I?
Yes.
I never remember which way it goes.
That's not true.
So there we go. Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. Thanks for all the anniversary wishes.
Happy Thursday. Thanks for joining us.
We're here. We're seated. We're going to stay seated for safety. And that's okay because we shouldn't need to get up because we've got plenty
all the things today. Tom is very excited, let me tell you.
All the cameras. Yes, it is a 1440p stream. Homesick Mac. But that's so we can give you the full quality of Handycam vision. I actually ordered a wide angle adapter for the Handycam.
Isn't this the trippiest footage?
So that way it could fit both of us and try to look like a normal shot. And then when you dissolve into modern technology, it just looks ridiculous. All right, Ron's here. He's got to go watch. He's got to go pray, basically.
He's got to go pray.
And Louise is asking, how's my head? It actually still hurts, but it's not a it's not like a headache. It's like a concussion thing. It's just like a soreness.
It's like a skin thing.
That sounds like it's like a, I hit it on a really sharp piece of metal. So yeah. It's that. But anyway, there we go. Thank you, Jessica. Happy anniversary. Appreciate that. Our real anniversary was 2 days ago.
Yes.
But this is the couples table afterwards. And then today does mark a very important anniversary. Let me see if I
you guys ready? It's a very important day.
Let me see here. Oh, there he is. It was, what camera is it? It's this one. Boop. Oh boy, we got feet and everything. This is terrible. This is awful. Finley.
Hi, Finn.
Oh boy. Oh jeez.
We're getting there.
Well,
he tipped. Oh.
He's tipping.
It's all.
It's okay.
Yeah.
He's pushed the one. Yeah.
All right, we are back.
It's our 1 year anniversary of getting Finley.
It's our gotcha day of Finley. Yeah. So 2 days after we got married, we went to go pick up Finley and didn't sleep for a month.
Yeah. Jeez. So yeah, that was what was happening there. Dominic said the Handycam looks like something that would be on a TV in the background of an old horror movie, but in a good way. Yeah, there it is.
Look at that.
It's so funny because it just looks like old footage, but
I know,
it's like the stuff you're holding.
So
it's
good.
Like here's an iPhone. Yeah, the sound is good. The stuff in the screen is modern, but the footage itself is old. It's too weird.
When I watched it back over, I was like, this is like so trippy to watch.
I thought it was funny.
Hi, Carol. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
It's a bruise. There we go. Thank you. A bruise.
A bruise. I guess it is bruised.
Duh,
I can't see it.
A bruise.
I'm fortunate that my hair is
a
too
skin
thick.
Thing,
but, it hurts.
You are on the road again.
I am, and I'm on this road again right now because the video I had come out today is all about this microphone right here, the Rode NT1.
If a bump in the head is the worst thing that happens to you in Vegas, it's a good trip.
I mean.
Well, you want to know what the worst thing? What's not the worst thing?
I mean, hitting my head was the worst thing.
Yeah.
Were you going to talk about me eating too much?
Yeah.
I immediately ate too much as soon as we got there. I think we
gained like collectively 20 pounds.
No, I mean, I straight up was 10 pounds heavier yesterday when we got home. I mean, hopefully it's not going to stay that way.
I feel like I've already lost weight just being home.
Oh, Josh, you just gave me a good idea, actually, and I'm sorry to do this during a stream if you hear me typing, but you asked, am I going to do a video about the Handycam?
Oh,
my
he's
answer
going to add it.
No, I'm not going to do like a review on it. However,
he lost his ideas.
I do want to do a
Handycam.
I do want to do a quick video on Handycam on how to do the Handycam in a live stream like this, so everyone who has their old cameras around.
I think it's just so. I think it's so cool.
It is pretty neat.
Yeah.
The really funny thing, and I was thinking about this because this has to do with our anniversary, is as people who grew up with things like this and older, you would never really want to go back other than for the sake of nostalgia. Like
we have to do like a 90s. Like here, watch. Okay, you're gonna go like this.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go the other way. Okay, ready, set, go.
Right, there we go.
Oh, start the sitcom because it's the intro.
Oh wait, that wasn't laughter. That was applause. Yeah, sure. People applauded. But the weird thing is, like, once you go from that, and that's the best you could do, and then you have like clear, crisp footage like this, why would you go back? But
yeah,
I've noticed, like, especially when I was teaching and my high school kids, they love the old footage because like they never grew up with it, so it was like a new novelty. It wasn't a limitation like it was for us. Anyway, that's not neither here nor there. Cool. So
Yes.
we have now been married for over a year. Thank you, Josh.
So yeah, today I was looking at the calendar. June 9th is the anniversary of the couples table.
Oh, wow.
June 9th.
So we jumped on that pretty quick then. We got married on May 18th, had the idea on the 18th, and then started on the 9th.
And we just went, yeah.
And then, wow, that's great.
And I remember being so adamant of like, I want to do a live stream with you, but I don't want there to be any pressure.
Yeah, because we had tried doing pressure, like live streams in the past that were much more structured, and it became kind of like a job, and it became
like we had an agenda and stuff, which we still want there to be value, but I like the thing that I really wanted to capture was organic conversation. So you guys know this. There's many times on the show where we just have a jumping off point. Like, here's the topic that we're going to explore. And with you and us together, we'll go somewhere and see.
We count on you guys a lot because we're like, we'll talk about this. And
then
someone will say something and it will help us.
Yeah. So it's been awesome. Obviously, you know, it's been a whole week of celebrating for us. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I actually made a new highlight of our entire Vegas trip. So if you want to check out the highlights and everything we ate, which is definitely
that's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's just all the food that we ate. But it was so much fun.
It was great. And Persant says, seriously, just makes me think of the skate videos I filmed in elementary school. Yeah, and I had to get like the wide adapter to put on it, which is like the old skate videos. And Jonathan Smith says, happy anniversary. Today is the 9-year anniversary of your parents as well.
That's so great. Congrats.
Happy anniversary. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Happy anniversary to your parents as well. That is super cool. So, a couple things. I have something that I can share from Vegas, which is cool.
Oh, here, we're going to share something from Vegas.
I was trying to... I didn't use my camera as much as I thought because, you saw what happened with the stream. But anyway, it was kind of fun to, like, take this camera and learn about it a little bit. And one thing I really like about it is it has a really cool built-in time-lapse feature, which makes things super easy. So that's stupid.
Sorry, we're back.
What I said was that's stupid is Ecamm decides to mute your audio source when you start a new scene. What I was saying was this is our view from our hotel room.
Yes.
And that's what this time lapse was just as nighttime went down. So it was really, really cool to see. It was what we got to stare at for a couple days, which was really, really cool. The time lapse has no audio.
Yeah, the time lapse has no audio, but we were talking about it.
We were talking about it and like, look at the pools, and we go to the pools, and then there is no pools.
The Palazzo is our favorite hotel in Vegas, and if you've never been to Vegas, we definitely recommend going to the Palazzo and hanging out in the Palazzo and the Venetian, that area.
Which is also crazy because our original plan was just to do a simple one-night staycation locally at the place we were going to get married originally, and it ended up being $300 cheaper to stay at the Palazzo for 2 nights. With like we actually ended up taking like too many waters out of the refreshment center, which are very expensive over there, plus the resort fees, plus upgrading the room.
It was still cheaper than one night at the freaking wedding venue.
$300 cheaper than the local hotel. So yeah, there we go. And Peter said when you go to roll, Ecamm mutes the mic. It's like whenever you create a new scene, it doesn't just take the audio that you're using; it just starts from scratch.
That makes sense.
And it does make sense, and I know that
once you learn it.
Whatever. Anyway.
All right.
So that shouldn't happen on the other stuff that I have created, the other scenes, because we have some stuff we want to share.
Yeah, so we have some stuff that we want to share with you. But today is really just a hangout. We've been celebrating all week, so we're excited for you guys to see this video. Tom's going to talk about it because I made it.
Yeah, and it's really cool. So let's we just wanted to sort of celebrate a little bit. There's a video on Heather's channel. Actually, I can paste the link to it in the chat just so that way. Wait, can I add to the chat here? I cannot add to the chat.
You got to pull up the...
Oh, I don't want to change everything. Well, I'll figure it out. I'm gonna put a link here. It's a video on Heather's channel that is her proposal to me.
Proposal.
Yeah, her her Tomposal. I just searched my name on your channel. Oh, nope, that was not your channel. That was YouTube. There we go. And it was really cool. So when we decided to get married, oh wait, why am I searching this? Sorry.
Yeah, you have the link. It's
I just
right
need
there.
to post it in the chat,
Yes.
not in the thing.
It's okay. We have
Sorry.
a lot of stuff going on.
I'm gonna give us a like though up in here. There we go. There's the chat. Boo, boo. I am a moderator on your channel. That's cool.
Yes, you are.
So anyway, as we were getting like the idea of getting engaged and how does that work, it's sort of this thing of like, as you're planning it, okay, we're in this relationship together for a long time, right? Like we're planning to not stop. So, okay, that probably means we're going to get married. Yes, we want to get married. At a certain point, when you're in a long-term relationship and you agree that you want to get married, like, are you kind of engaged then? Or and it was sort of this gray area of like, well, if we know we're going to get married, does that mean we're engaged? But I guess engagement is like the official ask. And then at that point, that's when you can then start putting the actual wheels in motion for like, boom, now we're going to like plan it and set a date and all that stuff.
So I was really, at first I was adamant that I wanted to be the one to propose to Tom, just because I was like, I don't know, I feel like out of the two of us it would be me.
I'm the one that asked you out. I'm the one that dropped the L-bomb first. I'm just saying.
So I wanted to do it. I wanted to propose, but then I was like, I can't remember what we had decided with that, but I remember when I started thinking about it, I was like, this is really fun to just think about it. But why is it only one person out of the relationship who gets to plan something, like to plan the proposal? I was like, we should both do this. It's because it's fun.
Well,
it's fun to plan
get
something.
proposed too. Like,
yeah, that too.
That's a whole
exactly.
thing. Like someone does something cool for you. So we decided like, let's do.
So we picked a day, which is just our
anniversary.
Dating anniversary. Yeah. Which is
we
October
just keep
18th.
everything easy, and it's just the 18th.
It's just the 18th, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's our dating anniversary, and then we were like, okay, we're going to get engaged on this day. You plan something, I'll plan something. We'll surprise each other, and we're just gonna tell each other like, hey, I called the morning or I called the afternoon or whatever. And we had no idea what the other one was going to do.
Yeah. And we knew we were going to go to Las Vegas. We had booked a room at the Palazzo where we just came from. We were going to stay for a few nights so that way we'd go, out of town, have some fun away. And
you'll bump your audio a bit.
And that's kind of where we were at. So let's see here. I did want to point out, Peter said, I want to see the to-do list from a year ago. 1, get married. 2, buy a dog. 3? ? Oh, boy. The dog really...
But yeah, we didn't. Well,
I mean, that's obviously still going, but the intense care of puppyhood was months and months after that. So anyway,
so for my proposal to Tom, I decided that I would make a video. I had other ideas, but I needed other people to help me do it. And because I knew we were going to Vegas, I was like, I don't really know. I don't know. I just couldn't. I was like, I don't know anyone else there, and I didn't want. As soon as you involve someone else, now there's like variables,
right? Out of your control.
Yeah, that I just was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. So I knew that Tom had never gone ziplining, and on Fremont Street, which is like North Las Vegas, you can zip line across the like old Vegas Strip.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so we'll do that. And then I'll have people below hold signs of like, Tom, will you marry me? But then I was like, that's stupid because first of all, knowing Tom, he's not going to even see it.
Yeah.
Second,
if I saw it, I'd be like, that's cool. Someone's getting proposed to.
Yeah, it's not you. Of course you would think that. And like, I was like, just the more I thought about it, I was like, this is a bad idea. So I was like, okay, I'll make a video and then I'll show it to him in the hotel room. But then I was like, I don't know what time I'm going to do this. So I decided that morning, I'm just going to propose to him before we even get in the car.
Which was good. Actually, it wasn't even that. It was because we got up early. It's like 5 hours, 4.5, 5 hours to get to Vegas from where we live. And I had woken up and I was taking that day off of work. So I was like, I had done, sub lesson plans, doing that stuff. I was checking in with like everything to make sure it was good before. There was like emails I was taking care of. And I was kind of getting like... into work mode.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I need to take care of this thing and do that. And she sort of wanted to diffuse that immediately.
That's just Tom. He goes straight into, I think unless he's out of the element, he's just going to do the daily routine. And so I was like, I want to break this and I want to start the excitement around us as soon as possible. And I know if I propose,
this is at like 6 a.m.
Yeah, it'll change everything. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, and so she was like, I'm gonna have you stop. She like sat me down on the couch, and then I was
like, as soon as I made that decision, I could not breathe. It's weird. It's like, it's not even that big. It's like I ask you questions all the time. But I was
and I'm gonna say nervous. Yes. Like we literally planned this day. Like obviously.
But I mean, okay, aside from the making a living on YouTube video, which if you haven't seen, that's like my favorite video I've ever made. Yeah. This is also my favorite video I've ever made, but this video took me there's 50 videos in this video, clips from 50 different videos. It took forever.
Yeah, and so she played
this
video.
I worked on this while he was here.
She was like in secret. And the cool thing too is like the actual proposal then, like we were in our pajamas, like the dogs were hanging out on the couch. It was just at home. It was really nice. And it's crazy because there's a point in the video where Heather, like, it's a whole montagey thing, and then she actually asks the question. And it was crazy, like, hearing the words, like, that was where it was like it was crazy. And that was where it solidified to me, like, oh, it's a really fun, special thing to have, to be asked that, to be on the receiving end of a proposal. Like,
if you guys are not married, okay,
do the
like Jessica
joint proposal thing.
I swear to God, you are. I think that it's not. I don't know if people just don't even think about it, but to propose to somebody is it's like one of the coolest feelings. It was just so cool to be able to plan it, to consider different ideas, to, really think about how can I, condense all of my feelings and the importance and the gravity of what I'm asking to a person in a way that I just want, however I want to do it, because it's not going to be like I'm going to get down on one knee or anything. It's going to be, I know it's going to be more than that. So, yeah. It was just the coolest. And like Tom said, I thought I wasn't going to be as like shocked.
Yeah, why would you be nervous or shocked? Because we know what's going to happen. But
well, no, like even to get proposed to. Because I was like, we're already engaged after I did it. But then when he proposed to me, I lost my mind.
That's true, because when one person does it, then it's clearly like,
we're already here. But I completely lost it.
I didn't really think of that part.
I just lost it.
Prasant said they almost drowned during that.
Oh, no.
I'm glad you didn't, unless it was drowning in love. Or happy tears of joy. So we're going to play this video, but are we talking over? Are we like pausing it and commenting on it? Or is it like...
I don't know. It's whatever we want to do.
Yeah. Well, I think I think a lot of people have seen the video, or you could watch the link. So maybe we should like at least watch it with you and say stuff if we want. And then my proposal kind of starts at the end. So we'll sort of explain that afterwards. You'll sort of see my proposal.
When was the last time you saw this video?
Me?
Yeah.
A few months ago, probably.
Yeah, same here. It's been a while.
Yeah. So, let's see here. If we have sound, I'm going to switch the scenes. We should still have audio. I see the audio bouncing up and down in Ecamm. And then when I play the YouTube video, you should also have that audio. So it should be there. I can't promise you the levels are going to be perfect, but you should be able to hear everything. You can still hear us over there, right? I can
hear us.
Okay, so here's Heather's video. This is the one I linked to in the chat if you want to check it out yourself. But this was what she sat me down in the morning, which is really cool because like it wasn't like she's like, go to my YouTube channel and watch it. It was like,
oh yeah,
it was, it
wasn't even on YouTube.
Yeah, it was
played it on Final Cut.
It was just a video for me. And then when it was done, she was like, hey, could I put this on YouTube? And I was like, yeah. I mean, you worked really hard on that. It's super special.
I think I was gonna put it on YouTube. I was also very cool with not.
Which was nice. It was just like a thing for us, and that's really cool. But it's so neat, and so much work went into it, and it's so special. I was like, yeah, I mean, if
I knew
there's a desire to share it, for sure. So it got 1 thumbs down. Who give? Anyway, let's start it.
In August 2017, I received this comment on my YouTube channel. This is super interesting and helpful. I'm a digital media high school teacher, and these insights are great to have for the
comment I left on a YouTube
I stumbled across your channel, and I'm really glad to have found it. I had no idea who this person
Look how
was. I
purple
didn't
my
even know
hair
his
is.
name, but we both clearly had a passion for digital
Look
media,
how
so I wanted
old
to
school your
connect.
set is.
Perhaps
I
this was
know.
the collaboration opportunity I'd been waiting for.
I'm actually on
Of
my
course,
way
everything
to
is so
India. One of the
digitally
teachers there, his
literate.
name was Tom
That's all the
Buck.
focus was.
Basically discovered my vlog, and he has a really cool
This is the
program
day we met
over
in
at
person
Indio
for the
High
first
School, and
time.
I was like, I have to go over there because
It was like
it
two
is just
weeks
perfectly
after
aligned with
connecting
Share's
online.
Media.
Was it?
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
a week after our first phone call, I made my way to see this digital media
Here's Tom's
program
old work.
and meet the
Yep, there it
mastermind
is.
behind it all.
Is that Tom? My new best friend? Hello.
Did you hear that?
What,
I
my
said,
new best friend?
this is my new
Nice to
best
see you.
friend.
Nice to meet you in person.
I had no idea that was my future husband.
I know.
There he is.
From the first moment we met, I was in full admiration for Tom. I couldn't believe there
Look
was
at Tom's
someone
old
who shared my
classroom.
eye
There we
for digital
go.
media and
I had
the
just
career
built that
fit.
studio. She was the
If you
first
have this
person to see
program,
it.
It's already a thing.
Okay, can we
We've been
pause?
talking
Yeah, I'm gonna
like,
pause real quick.
It's like 10 hours just
There's so much happening here, but I'm gonna go back so we don't have to look at weird blurriness. Let's watch us on the couch over here
Yeah,
because
because
if you want like couples table like early days.
Yeah, you guys, the beta.
Yeah, here we go. Beta test of couples table.
Look at this is a couples table.
There we go.
Within like the first 2 hours of us meeting.
Yeah.
Here it is.
She was like, I had just built the studio. Heather came in. She was the first other person to see it because I had been working on it all summer long. And I was like, look at the studio. And she was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then she was like, I'd like to do a live stream. Would it be okay with you if I did a live stream? And
Tom you knew what a live stream was.
Well, I mean, we streamed the broadcast. Like I did a live stream every day
Right.
through work, but that's the only experience I had was
not like a personal channel.
yeah, nothing where it's just sort of like I
Had
was
you
never
watched
on it.
live streams?
Had I am sure that I must have. But in 2017, I don't know that I watched like it wasn't like now where it's like at any given time people I love are live streaming and I can go check it out. So I don't
We have a lot of live streams that we watch in the community. That you
yeah,
guys
I know.
are here.
Like half the people here are streamers or finished streaming or about to start streaming or whatever. So anyway, this was our first stream.
I was like, Tom, let's stream. And he's like, okay.
I didn't know what it meant. And that was when like comments would pop up and I didn't know how to like, it's like someone said something, we need to stop everything and address this immediately.
No.
And then I would just like read it out. I would just be like, happy anniversary, happy Thursday. And Heather was like, you should say the person's name. Like Raphael says happy birthday, which is why then Ecamm is so great. Cause then you just
Yeah,
pop.
we didn't.
well,
I didn't have Ecamm back
it's not
then.
behind everything. Yeah, this was just on your MacBook Air. We were streaming
Yeah,
from.
dude. I just used what I had, man.
I think were you using your Yeti or was it just the computer? It doesn't matter.
No, I don't think
Not
so.
relevant. Anyway, let's continue on here.
And it's already a thing.
We've been talking for like hours.
This was the
Like
next
10
day.
hours yesterday.
Our connection was immediate,
Of course,
and
we
we
both had
found ways
boosted
to work
boards.
together despite
Then
the
we went to
2-hour distance between
Disneyland
us.
a while ago.
Like doing
This
a
is the
3-hour
first
live
weekend
stream
we
on
met.
a Friday night.
No, that's the
Yeah.
first weekend we met. That was, yeah, because all the stuff of us at the beach and in Long Beach. This was,
Oh, the second.
yeah, because we met when she came here to look at like the studio and everything. And then she was like, hey, I'm having this like event. It's a progress party to sort of celebrate like my entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah.
Would you want to come be a part of it? And it was, I immediately was like, I am putting in for a sub. I'm
Okay.
taking the day off
can
work.
Can we switch scenes right now? Because I have to explain this.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So can you guys? First of all, this was like 2 years into my journey as a, entrepreneur. I still had not gotten anything off the ground, but to me, I was working in a WeWork, which is now like, so controversial. Everyone's like, oh, boo, WeWork. But I was having like a great time being surrounded by other people who were building stuff and creating stuff. And one of the cool things about being surrounded by people who are also building a business around what they're passionate about is they were celebrating progress in a way that I never gave myself credit for. Like, I just like, I'm not making this amount of money. I didn't have this many subscribers. Like, I always just immediately focused on how I wasn't good enough. And they were just like, this is so cool what you do. Like, you should totally like launch something, have a launch party. There were so many like startups and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because
They
they're
were,
launching products or
launching
services or
websites,
something.
blah,
Yeah.
blah. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll have my own version. And I called it a progress party to celebrate my progress. And because my business was all about, digital literacy, sounds so cheesy. I was like, here's my guest speaker that I'm going to invite to come 2.5 hours away to speak to really was just my friends and family.
There's a lot of people there.
But
There's like
because
50 people
my
there.
friends and family, they contributed to my GoFundMe that I started when I was like, hey, I'm going to start my own business. Here's what the business is about.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm going to do, but here's like the goal I'm heading towards. And so I thought that you were such a good person to be able to explain from a real world perspective the, importance of these digital media tools.
Yeah. And can you just double check that we're still going? I just want to make sure. And as
we're
go,
just paranoid
we've
now.
learned.
Yeah.
So anyway,
you guys are just so focused on what we're saying, right?
That's not what I was implying. But anyway, what I was going to say was, yeah, Heather invited me to do that, and immediately I was like, I'll put in for a sub. I'll take that day off work because it was a Friday. A couple weeks later. And like, booked a hotel, the whole thing. Cause that was the thing. She was like, you come to the progress party. And then we had floated this idea around of doing a live stream that's all centered around digital literacy. But before we do that, like, let's get to know each other. Everybody's just being quiet. They're enthralled.
Yeah. So like, okay. So I don't know if you guys missed that, but literally this is the second time we met in person.
Yeah.
And my mind is like, I feel like the way to describe it is that we're on two ends of a spectrum where I was just like, go, go, go. I have so many ideas. I want to start a YouTube channel with a live stream show where we're talking about all the digital media news. I don't think I think I was inspired by like Philip DeFranco a little bit, where he has a news show and he presents the news every single day. And I was like, I want to be the source where we're presenting the news for content creators, YouTube creators, people who are creating YouTube videos and, any kind of digital media content. That's what I wanted to create, like a resource for that. And I knew that I wanted a co-host. And ta-da, perfect co-host. All of this was in my brain the second time we met.
That's crazy.
And it's the craziest thing knowing that like that idea turned into this.
Yeah.
The couples table.
It did.
Which is the coolest. It's like the coolest thing. I didn't want, when we started the couples table, I was very like, I don't want a digital media show anymore. I like that we talk about it. I like that we share our experience.
Well, we kind of learned how to frame it too.
Yeah, before we had to do so much research. Like we had to go get like sources and links to like articles and stuff. And
well, it was also like tune in for
work.
Digital literacy news, and people were like, no, thank you.
Yeah, like who's gonna tune into
Whereas,
the digital
like,
literacy
show? Again, the analogy I use is if you need a dog to take their medicine, you put the medicine in peanut butter or something, and then they eat it that way. And so that's kind of it. Like, hey, we could do something fun that's the peanut butter, and then we can just naturally include the stuff that matters. But if you just advertise that as being the thing,
you guys watch like our first,
they're all on this channel, right?
No,
they're
all no. I hid them. They're gone. Yeah, they're on my tutorial channel, but I hid them.
Which makes sense for now, but
yeah, I think you can find them on Facebook, on my Facebook page, because I don't hide any of the videos there. It's just all kind of a hodgepodge. But that's like, oh my god, you should have seen like the first or second episode of us doing. It was called Share Spark TV.
Yeah, we were using the set, and we had the little short SM7B right here.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was. I mean, it was.
We had a whole broadcast desk with like, he set the TV up so that we could pull
the
up
logo
references.
and everything.
It was just a whole.
Yeah. It was cool. I mean, it was a lot of work, but it was cool. Because that would also come after, like, I would teach all day. Heather would drive from Los Angeles a couple hours away.
Mind you, I was driving from Long Beach to do this show twice a week, all the way here in Indio.
Yeah. And then we would do the show, and then we'd be done with the show at like 8:00, and it was exhausting. And then she would like go home the next day, basically.
Did we have sponsors? No. Were we getting paid to do this? No. But I was just like, I don't know. I just felt like it was a good thing.
Yeah, and we did that for several months too.
I can't believe we did that.
Chip says, these episodes double as an oral history recording for the two of you. When you're old and gray, you can pull it.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure. Which is part of the reason I was like, yeah, put that up on YouTube, because I know it's saved on your computer and stuff, but it's actually going to be easier to find on YouTube in the future. And everyone was just saying like they were listening, and they're just, yeah. Okay. So I appreciate that.
Cool.
Anyway, the second time we met was Heather's progress party. I went out there and she had that on Friday night, and then she was like, well, if you stay over, then on Saturday we can like go to Disneyland. She had connections to get like free tickets at the time, so we go to Disneyland and kind of do like a team building. Let's get to know each other before we start working on this project.
Because like we clearly had a a connection. Like we could tell
Yeah.
from the first moment that we met that we were just on the same page on so many things. But I was like, I think that if we broke the ice a little bit, like literally it's the second time we're meeting, let's make some memories. Let's, break the ice. Let's get to know each other so that we're more comfortable as co-hosts on camera.
Exactly.
That's literally what was going on in my head. And I was like, what better place to do that than at Disneyland?
Yeah, because it's fun, but it's also exhausting, and it's also kind of a little stressful, and it's
you
crowded.
spend a lot of time together.
Yeah, and you're stuck together a lot, and you're eating meals together.
Mind you, there is no talk of dating at this point.
Yeah, that's not what it's about at all.
We are just not. That's not even on the table at all. Like that wasn't even on our minds. We were just focused on the show.
Yeah, and getting to know each other stuff. So we made it 1 minute into the video. So there we go. So this was us at the beach.
And here I was thinking Tom was so cool with this freaking drone.
I had just gotten my Part 107 license, so we were flying the drone, and we had written the show's name in the beach sand. So we were trying to do like a cool intro sequence for
you guys.
it.
This is where I used to live. We could walk to this spot right here. From my
I've
apartment.
only ever lived in the desert my whole life, so the ocean and the beach is always like...
I lived right at the beach. But now I live in the desert and I love it.
I'm glad you like it. We have very pretty mountains here. So here we go. Let's continue.
Doing a 3-hour live stream on a Friday night.
Yeah.
That's a good reason as to why you want to share your life, because it connects with people longer than you ever could.
A month after we
There's
met,
our
we
logo.
premiered
There's
our
us.
first collaborative
Oh, wait, hold
project,
on. Look.
a live stream
Can you guys see?
Friday night.
That's a good reason as to why you
Okay,
want to
sorry,
share your
let me
life.
kinda rewatch
It
this
connects
stuff.
with people longer
This
than
is
you
Google.
ever could.
A month after
Boom.
There we go.
So this is Tom.
I'm holding the drone controller.
And this is me. And we're literally posed as if we're climbing the letters.
Like the logo.
Yeah. But
I was like
we're
trying
just
to
on
hang
the
off
beach.
the little TV thing.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
After we met, we premiered our first
That's
collaborative
cool.
project.
That's us at
a live stream
Disneyland.
show about digital media called Share
There
Spark.
it
There
is.
it
Look
is.
at us. Look
We're
at
getting
us.
ready for the premiere of
This is our show.
There was our little set here.
We're getting ready for the premiere of Share Spark.
God, my hair's so cool.
Despite how quickly
Oh,
we
look at us, that's
gravitated
this
to each
room.
other, neither of us wanted to ruin the dynamic
Aw.
between us. This couldn't possibly
Oh,
get
yeah.
any better, right? Who are we kidding? We were always meant to be.
Oh, I was so into it.
Oh, the light.
That was. Is.
Okay, ready, set.
We were already together at this point. This
Yeah.
is like... Oh. Just putting up Christmas lights for the
I've never
first
had a-
time.
Okay, we need to like
We
explain
need to
how
go-
we got there.
There's a lot happening here. So we did the Share Spark stuff, and then let's see. I saw the clip of it, so I'm
How
gonna let it
quickly
just
we
play for
gravitated
a
to
second,
each
see if
other.
I can
Neither
pause
of
it.
us wanted to ruin
This was okay.
Okay.
The
yeah.
sign video.
Yeah, he changed the scene to us.
No, I know, but I want to show
between
something
us.
real quick.
This couldn't possibly
The
get
sign
better,
video.
right?
This was just a
Who
cool
are we
thing.
kidding? We were always meant to be.
So then we walk. We're doing our stuff. Because you had the perfect clip. Plus these are fun. I don't mind rewatching them.
Okay, ready, set.
Look at us studios. Boom. There we go. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So after we had done Share Spark TV for a couple of, like 2 months or something, a month and a half, 2 months, there was the Adobe Max conference in Las Vegas. And
This is
I
how
got to
it
go
all
as part
started.
of work because it's like a conference related to what I was teaching. So I got to go there. Heather like had some kind of connections with Adobe where she
I just
also got to
called him
go.
and I just asked him. Yeah.
Okay. So, well, you have to have connections to do that. So
Yeah.
there you go. And so we were like, oh, we can both go to this conference in Las Vegas. Let's do that and let's go together. And then we this was on the drive out there. We stopped at these rocks, which is just, it's just a cool view.
Okay, so mind you, also at this time, there's still no.
Yeah, there's no dating
There's no
happening
dating.
at all.
Yeah.
So we just stopped and I was like filming a little thing for a vlog I was making at the time. And this was just a cool overlook thing. And I flew my drone and stuff for like vlog footage and everything. And then we went to Vegas
Then we went to Vegas.
and we like got all like signed into Adobe Max.
I will say, at this point in the timeline, it's 2 months after we met in person.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there is no talk of dating, I just was convinced that Tom, like, you know, I don't know why. I just was convinced that he was not into me.
And I was also
I just-
convinced the other way that I was like,
Yeah.
oh, well, that's not what we're doing. And God forbid, like she's driving to stay with me and do stuff. If I did anything weird, that would be like the creepiest, awfulest thing ever. So I was like,
and
no,
you guys
this
know
is cool.
Tom. He's so like, there's the line, don't cross it kind of a thing.
Yeah, for sure.
But I will say at this point in time, I was so into Tom. Like I had admitted to myself that I was into him.
I did not want
I
to
was
admit
into
to
him.
myself
I was
that
in it.
Yeah.
Had been telling everybody I was, super into you. I told my roommates, my best friends. Like I was just like, I'm
And then
confused.
we were going to Vegas together.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I went to Vegas with intentions.
I did not, because here's the thing: the hotel room that we were getting was. I hope this isn't too risque, but the hotel room we were getting was like paid through, like I booked it through work, and it was just me. And then when Heather's like, yeah, I got tickets to go, I was like, cool. So I made sure to call ahead and get a room with 2 beds. So that way it wouldn't be weird or there wouldn't be anything like that. It would just be like all above board.
Okay. So I get that. I get why you did that.
And I would do it again.
That's Tom.
I would do it again.
But from my end, okay, Tom went out of his way to call the freaking front desk of the hotel that we were staying at to change our king size bed to 2 queen size beds so that we can sleep separately. What sign is that telling me? Okay, you literally drew the line in the sand, and we are not crossing this.
I was not going to say,
and then
hey.
he called me and he was like, guess what? I called the front desk to make sure we got separate beds. And I could have cried because I was like, okay, so you're clearly not into me, yo.
The last thing I wanted was like, hey, come with
straight
me in my car 5 hours through the desert and now be trapped. Like, here's a hotel room with 1 bed. Read between the lines. Like,
That's what I was thinking.
that's not what I wanted at all. I was like, I'll go get a different room. Like, it's fine. Everything could be cool. So anyway,
Oh, boy.
I mean, we've told versions of this story
yeah,
over and
you
over
guys
again.
have probably heard it.
But that night, after everything was done, Heather, she had been to Vegas so many times. I'd only been a handful of times, and we went to Vegas in very different ways. So she knew all the clubs, all the cool stuff. I had never been to a club.
Super party girl, very heavy drinker in my 20s.
So
Vegas, like, I'm definitely of the camp of like Vegas is my playground. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Like that was
This did not
fully
stay in
admit that
Vegas.
was me. Yeah.
And
Tom was just so different. He was just so different from any other person,
Yeah.
let alone dude, that I knew, who was just so like, I don't like clubs. I don't like drinking. And I'm like, how do I'm into you, which is so weird because it's not like.
So Heather took me to a club to show like the coolest club. She took me to Omnia, which is at Caesar's Palace, and it's a technological marvel. Like a 2-ton chandelier comes out of the ceiling and starts undulating and lasers and stuff. I don't get along with flashing lights very well at all, and this is just the origin of flashing lights in the universe. This club, and so we went in there and. It's like, okay, everything's kind of cool and it's whatever. And then when like stuff starts to get real, they shoot off smoke guns where it's just like pop. And I just screamed on the dance floor.
I don't know
of
if
the
you
club.
guys get this impression of Tom. He's very sensitive, okay?
I'm a highly sensitive person. We've talked about this.
We have a whole couple of episodes.
Yeah.
He's very sensitive to loud noises, flashing
Stimulation, all
Yeah,
that stuff. So Vegas, not my place.
And of course, I literally like would go to 2 clubs in a day. This is the day club and the night club. Like I just So I was like, hey, we're gonna do Vegas my way because I figured that like who wouldn't want to do Vegas my way?
Right, of course.
And then, but I also took him to that club because the production in there was like so cool, and I thought you would appreciate.
And it was. It really was.
Yeah, there was like TV screens and like it was
Every
cool.
inch of it is like something cool to see.
That was the last time I've ever gone to a club.
Well, because the cannons went off. I just screamed, not like oh, but like
No, straight.
on like the dance floor, everyone's being super cool on Friday night.
And he literally not only did he scream, but he crouched down as if like there was an earthquake.
I thought something exploded, and then it's just flashing lights everywhere. And I was like I was like, okay, I can just close my eyes or look away, but there's nowhere you can look to avoid it. And I was starting to freak out, like muscles were seizing
like
up.
panic attack
I was in pain, like it was terrible. And
I was looking at him like, oh.
I just had to admit to this super cool girl I met
my God.
in a club in Vegas where I was like trying to be cool and like, no, I can hang with it. I can do it. I was like, I have to go and get out of here. And I was like freaking out and like I literally like my hands were like clenched and I couldn't move muscles anymore. It was bad. And I just had to go sit at a slot machine and just like.
He slumped over, just like.
I just died.
Yeah.
And then
And mind you, he's drank 0 hours. Tom doesn't drink. I don't know if you know that. Tom doesn't drink.
I have like sips of hers now. That's kind of where we've graduated to.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then we went back to the hotel room. The night was over, and she started like trying to basically calm me down by like just talking and asking questions and getting to know each other and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And
But I was definitely at the point where I was like, I give up.
Yeah,
I'm
for
done
sure.
trying. Because I was trying to like kind of show Tom I was attracted to him.
I wasn't picking up
But-
on any of this.
yeah.
She was wearing like this like very,
I looked
very
hot that night, let me tell
Yeah.
you, yo. Like,
and I was just like, you
I
look good.
planned this outfit, okay? I was like, his favorite color is blue. I'm going to put on a blue dress. I came out of the hotel bathroom and he's like, you look good.
Because I didn't want to be
That's
creepy.
what he said to
I didn't
me.
want to be like, whoa, dang, you look so hot. Oh, geez. Like, I was just like, you look good.
I was like, strangers on the strip are telling me I look better than you did.
Yeah, I didn't want to be creepy. So I went the other direction.
So anyway, at this point, I was just like, okay, clearly Tom is not attracted to me. I don't know what it is about me. Maybe I'm just not his thing. Like, I'm not, I don't know, you know?
Which was not the case.
Yeah.
By the
So
way.
I just gave up. I was like, whatever, we're here for Adobe Max. Like, I felt so defeated. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm going to stop trying with this guy. I don't, whatever.
And then,
I was sad.
and then she,
Yes.
so
there's
we just
this.
started talking, and she was just trying to calm me down. And one of the things she said was, and this at this point, hours had gone by. I was tired, delirious. I was starting to come back and feel normal again. And she was like, you know what you've taught me is that like I don't need like a relationship because this is totally fulfilling and everything that I need or whatever. Like I have my passion. I have like a great partner in life. I don't need anything more than that. And at that
We're literally like laying down. The lights are off.
separate beds.
He's in his bed. I'm in mine. And I'm
Yeah,
just
it's just like remember
I
when you
don't
were a
even
kid, you'd have
care.
sleepovers and you would just
Yeah.
be talking before. It was like that. And
Yeah,
and
so you're just talking out loud.
and she was like, yeah, and to me that actually was like sweet because it was like, wow, you really value something. But then I was also like, oh wow, so she just straight up saying that like I do not see you in that way at all. Like you're just not that. And I don't remember the exact wording of what I said, but I just said like I did a whole preamble of like everything that's happened.
Wait, did you like me at this point?
Yes, of course. Which is why I said anything when you very clearly were like, yeah, I don't need anything else. That's when I was like,
So we liked each other, but we didn't know that
Yeah,
we
we didn't
were
admit it.
seeing signs that the other was not into it.
Well,
I
'cause-
don't know what signs I was sending.
I mean, I'm just also dumb when it comes to that. kind
Literally,
of
okay, so
stuff.
here's another story. I know we've told this, but we went to the movies like, I don't know, a few weeks before this. And I'm excited because the friggin' divider between the two movie seats is up. Like the soda thing.
It's the big plush seats that like it's like a big love seat if you leave the divider.
Yeah,
up.
so Tom sits, and then I come walking, and I'm about to sit on the movie, in
No,
the seat.
we sat down. You're like, I need to use the restroom, so you left, and the thing was up, and the whole time I was like, I can't. If I leave this up, this was before Vegas. I was like, if I leave this up, oh my gosh, like we're gonna have a discussion of whatever. And I was like, maybe she didn't notice it was up, and I could just put it down, and then it'll be normal. And then like if she wanted to lift it up, she could lift it up or whatever. And then I was having this whole debate right as she was like coming down, and I like shut it right as she was sitting
No.
down. But yeah,
It wasn't like
I didn't shut it.
this. He went,
Well, it was a heavy thing. I just moved it and it went.
and I straight up was like, you just closed the book on my heart, babe. Well, not babe, but
She didn't say that.
yeah.
We just sat down and
but I
watched
was just
Blade
like,
Runner.
so you don't even want to sit without a divider.
I wanted
between
nothing
us.
more than to sit without a divider, but I didn't want
You
to.
put the divider down. You called the front desk. Literally, how am I supposed to read that?
I don't know. I don't.
Like, this guy just wants to talk about digital literacy, so that's all I'll talk about because I want to talk to him, but that's all you want to talk about. I know it doesn't matter because we're married.
Anyway. So then we're in Vegas, and she said that thing, and I was like, okay, I feel like we know each other well enough in this. I think I can ask this question. Like it's great that you have. I forget what I said. Like it's great that you feel this way and all this kind of stuff. But like, why can't you be attracted to me or see me in a different way that's more than that? Like I just straight up asked that.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Yeah, which was like
this is
shockingly bold considering everything else.
all the
that it
signs of like denying me time and time again. And the only reason I'm in the bed like sitting there just like, okay, I'm satisfied because I had surrendered. I was like, I'm gonna stop trying, and if the only way that I could have Tom in my life is as a friend, then I'll take it.
And I didn't want to do anything that was gonna ruin our friendship, because if one of us didn't have feelings, the other like confessed something.
So I was just like, it's fine. Like, yeah, I like doing stuff with you, and we're just friends, and that's
so
fine.
it's pitch black. I asked that question, and I'm just kind of listening. I'm not even feeling nervous at this point because it just felt like, okay, I guess we're at that level. And Heather said from the darkness, "What makes you so sure that I'm not?" And in my mind, I just heard the Inception sound of like, like, there's no way to misinterpret that. I know, like, yes, you're dressed up in a really like cute, revealing dress and all this stuff, but we're also in Las Vegas, so you're dressing up for the city. You're not dressing up for me. Yes, this, that, the other thing. There's no gray area there. And I was just like, huh? And then I just remember my hands going numb, literally. The rest is kind of a blur, but it ended with Heather pulling out her MacBook Air that we had done our first stream on.
This is me, okay?
This is how I was, because of course the first thing I go to is, oh, you're just saying that now. Like whatever circumstance is happening, like now you're going to say something that's just like, yeah, we're doing this right here. Now she pulls out her MacBook and opens up a video file and says, watch this. And then she just leaves the room at like 2 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. She just left. And I was like, what? And
because I still wasn't sure what was happening.
Right.
I thought that Tom was just asking that out of like, he's very practical and logical. So he just wants to ask.
I just needed to know for research.
Yeah. So I was like, oh God, if he, like, should I tell him how I feel, or is he going to be offended that I like him because he doesn't want me to like change our dynamic?
No. And then she did this video, which the video's on her channel. We've talked about this before, but it was is it Love Actually? That's the movie, right?
Yeah. Love Actually, the guy like goes to the girl's house and she, he has like the posters and he's going through the thing. And like, I had that idea to basically like put my feelings into a video, of course.
Yeah. And she was so smart about, she had made this video prior to Vegas.
Yeah.
You said you didn't even know if you were ever you just needed to like get it out.
I needed to get it out, and I wasn't even sure if I was gonna, show him. I had my laptop because we were there for the conference. So
we were doing like work and
I
stuff.
brought it for that. Yeah, but I had it.
And anyway, she was so good in it because to just assuage any fears I might have had, it says my name in the freaking thing, so I can't argue of like, well, this could have been generic or what, like,
yeah.
No.
And to summarize the video, basically, I was like, okay, I've been, I met this guy or something, and he's, changed my life and made me a better person or something.
That's the best video.
And like, here's what I like about him. And like, not just like, I like you. I like,
no shades of gray.
Whatever.
Plus, she's dressed all beautiful and has like full makeup on and everything.
I can't believe I did this.
Yeah.
And there's like multiple pieces of paper. I
have all the
whole
signs.
thing.
Yeah, because it was to the Tom Petty song "Wildflowers," which is this thing right here.
Yeah, this sound wave
is the
right
sound
here?
wave to that song. That's why that is there. And so yeah.
And that song is all about like, it's like you mean so much to me that the only thing that matters is that you're happy. Like wherever you find happiness and wherever you feel free, that's what I want for you.
Which
so
is
I wasn't
the
like,
nicest thing anyone has ever communicated to me in life, by the way.
But because you know why? Because I was convinced that he didn't like me. So I was like, I want you to be free. I don't want you to like me back. I want you to be free, however you.
But you made it clear though that like you could also be free over here. And so I was watching this video, I was tearing up,
and I left.
I had to go find her in the hotel and come back, and then that's when I was explaining like she was scared I was gonna be mad at her.
I was
and
so scared. I was
I was
like,
in
this
my
is
like the
end.
meekest way possible. I was like, everything you said in the video is exactly how I feel as well, and like
yeah, he was like, this is how I feel too, and I was like, wait. Why'd you call the front desk then?
Well, look, Doc Rock gave us $10.
Yay! Thanks, Doc.
So thanks, Doc. This is a masterclass. Be careful what you say to yourself because you will start doing things that make it true even when you were way wrong. Yeah, no, it's true. But it's also like, God, I love these stories. As tumultuous and stressful as it was to live through it.
It's like
I love this story.
Really
and so that was our Vegas story. Doc also said Love Actually is one of his favorite movies. And look, Alex Jackson is here. Of course it's Love Actually. How do you not know Love Actually? And you taught film. Well, you know what? I needed a better teacher. Like you, Alex. Because guess who's teaching in my classroom?
Hi, Alex.
Alex is the one who took over my program when I left. And it's making it better.
Wait, does Alex have like a YouTube channel that everyone can check
I don't know
out?
if he wants to drop the link.
You guys.
Alex is amazing. So yeah, everything I did just making it better.
Aww.
So he's in charge of that studio now and everything. Special things in there, Alex. Special things. No shades of gray. That came after the video. Then there were 50 shades. See, he's the perfect person. So anyway, that's where that all kind of came in.
So that's that. So then anyway, basically that's how we went from like, let's just be co-hosts on this digital literacy show.
Yeah, there
to,
were
like,
no
we
uncertain
like
terms
you.
after that.
Or we like each other, I guess.
So anyway, that brought us, that was this Vegas trip, which is why, even though I was never a Vegas person, Vegas became a special place for us. That's why we went on our engagement. That's why we wanted to go on our
And I will
anniversary.
say that after I went to Vegas with Tom, I never did Vegas the way that I used to,
That's why
obviously.
we just eat a bunch of food. And
Yeah, now we just eat.
So anyway, coming back now to still not into 2 minutes of our video, our 5-minute video here. That's where this was. This was on the way to Vegas. Very important though to know that story because it all comes back to play later.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then we're into
we
like
go.
these
Now
are
we're
like our
living
first
together.
months together.
Yeah.
6 months later, we like officially moved in together. I've never had a partner who is as driven or motivated.
That's right.
Makes me want to be a better person and do more. Share your stories.
Spark your potential.
Cute.
Ollie.
Let's go on a treasure hunt!
There's when we redid your studio. We planted our orange tree. We took the dogs
Out of
to
the infinite
the wood.
possibilities that this life could have turned out, I couldn't be more thankful that this life includes you.
I would not be where I am or where I'm going or anything without
That was the Lights Festival.
this person.
Tom has a sense of
Okay, you guys,
awe.
hold on. We need to pause here, okay? Because literally, I made this video. So all of this is on
This
this
was like a
channel,
Patreon thing.
okay? All of this is on this channel. No, it's on the channel.
This video
This
is?
video is on the channel.
Oh, wow.
I made this video and I was explaining how cool it was to meet Tom because so not only is entrepreneurship super isolating, so is being a YouTuber in 2016. Like it
Right.
wasn't a cool thing. Now there's Facebook groups. We're all connected. Like all of us are creating something pretty much. If you're here, probably. Not back then. I thought I was the craziest person I knew because everyone would look at me like, what are you doing? Like, why do you have a camera? Like, what are you doing?
Right, you weirdo.
And then I met Tom, and it was like the most validating thing ever. I'm sure you guys have felt this feeling where, some of you guys have discovered Ecamm, you jump into the Ecamm Facebook group, and all of a sudden there's all these people who are doing the same thing that you
That
are.
speak your language.
Yeah, and it just makes it, like, it re-inspires you. It makes you feel like, oh, I have more ideas for the thing that I want to do, and, like, that's what Tom did for me. So I made a video about it, and literally I'm crying in this video. We had just met once. One time.
In person. We talked a lot, though. Like, we were on the phone and doing video calls
Look at me cry.
constantly.
Look at me. I'm crying. I am crying. I couldn't get over this. I was like, why am I crying? No, it was after the second time we met.
This
but
was after this. Yeah.
Yeah. And I couldn't understand. Are you kidding me? How many? I do not. Okay. I know what you thought I was going to say. I don't meet guys and then cry about them, Like, that's not a thing that happens.
That's my superpower. Peter's asking, he's saying it's on the channel. What channel? It's on this channel right here. Heather
This
just
channel that
created.
you're watching,
But it's
yeah.
from fall of 2017.
Fall of 2017. Yeah, just go by date because I stopped like
There's so many
numbering my
videos.
video. Yeah. But this whole thing is chronicled in vlogs.
And Doc Rock said, can I politic for you to change your special place to Honolulu? Oh, wait, you can't. I know I'm putting up the thing and it's all hidden. I'm sorry about that.
Okay,
But anyway,
so let's keep going.
back to the video.
Okay, we're going to keep going. Boom.
For so many of the same things that I do.
But you're going to bring it as much as you can. I'm going to bring it as much as I can, and neither of us has to worry that, like, the other's going to slack it. Or...
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just how we are, though. We've made the most of every moment we've had together, and I can't wait to see what we come up with next. Tom, I want to create with you for the rest of my life. Will you marry me?
Oh,
Aw.
that's so good.
Oh, he's crying.
Stop. It's a small screen. No,
Everyone
it's a small
zoom in,
screen.
zoom
wait,
in.
wait. We need low resolution. There. No, what? There's no tears here. Everything is red and blurry. That's just how it looks. It's not because anything is happening.
I love you.
That's the thing. Thank you, Handycam. That was really sweet. Thank you.
Oh,
I love you. In no uncertain terms. Yes.
Aw.
Jeez.
Are you okay?
I'm great. These are happy, but it was just hearing that, seeing that, the whole friggin' all the memories. Like every time when it's like, oh, should I take a camera? Should I record something? I'm putting up a video. I don't know who's gonna watch it. All this stuff. It was like all of that stuff just came back for this video, and it was just so good to have. Oh my gosh, like any question of like why should we be doing this or whatever. It's like, that's unbelievable. Let's continue watching it. Get the focus off of me. We could be handicap in the other scene. There we go.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Ready?
look at it. Here, I'll switch it back.
All right.
All right, here we go. Oh,
Listen, Switzerland.
that was Switzerland 3 years ago.
We won.
We won all three.
That's painting a studio.
Tom was just creeping on my channel, liking YouTube comments, and then I went in with
That's
it.
not true. I was researching boosted boards.
Aren't I lucky? Yeah, so, I mean, you guys know that, right? The way that we met was
The algorithm.
Tom was searching for boosted board reviews and found my video,
Yeah, and then
which is also a favorite video of mine. Go watch that one. Just search like boosted board review
it's a
on my
fun
channel.
video. It's a
super fun
great video.
But that's how he found me.
That's what I found. And then after that, it was like, here's a video about her talking about digital media stuff. And then it was like, oh, here's my Iceland packing trip. The footage from us in Switzerland, I had already done it at this point, booked a trip to Iceland, and I was Iceland and then Switzerland for the next summer. And then I was like looking up stuff to do. She had already gone to Iceland, so then
I had just come back.
yeah, so we ended
I
up
made a packing
adding
list
her
video.
to like my Switzerland part of the trip I had already planned. So then we got to go to Switzerland a year later. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the
All right,
back to the vids.
Here we go. Tom.
Heather. This is when she left her apartment officially.
Did you guys hear that? No, hold up. Shh. Ready. I lucky. Tom.
I like that. I like that part. Ready to go home?
You guys hear that? As I was leaving my apartment for the very last time, he goes, ready to go home to our new home together. Oh my gosh, cry.
Oh.
Cry.
This link in the description is the wrong link.
Oh
I'll just add in an explosion.
Yes, this is the one that I got, and these are the ones that you got because, of
I
course, I
forgot about
the same thing. I love you.
Can you pause it and explain that real quick?
So,
That's the end of the video, right?
is Percent here? Percent.
Yeah.
Oh, that is not the end of the
That's
video.
the end
That's
of-
the end of my video.
That's what I saw. Was
Yeah.
That was the proposal. That was all that existed of that video.
We will finish the rest of this video because you guys, it's time to give Tom credit for his proposal. Percent, have you seen Steins Gate? He's our anime friend. So Steins Gate is an anime. It's one of our favorites. And basically, there's this thing in the anime where they were like this group of friends has a pin, like an actual, like a pin.
Oh. Yeah.
And I ordered that pin, and I was like, I'm not gonna propose with a ring. I'm gonna propose with this pin. And so I bought one, not realizing that Tom.
And I just randomly went on the internet. I was like, I bet they make Steins Gate merch, and they had these pins. And I was like, sweet, I'm gonna get 2 of them, so we'll each have them. And then I remember they came, and I was so excited to get these things because they're very legit. I was like, look, we can have our lab member pins. And I remember like I opened them and I showed her, and she was like, yeah, that's cool. She was not that excited about it, and I was just thinking like, I guess it's
I was like,
it's sort of silly.
The thing I'm gonna propose to, you ordered 2 of them.
I ordered one for you.
Oh my god! Like, I mean, literally, all plans went out the window because I don't even think I had the idea for the video yet.
Yeah.
I was like, I knew I was gonna propose with this thing, and he had ordered 2 before mine got there.
And they were literally the exact same
was
ones
the
from the exact same like
same
Etsy seller, like the same everything. But that's why if you If you watch my channel and you see the Nixie tube clock that I have on my desk.
That's from Steins Gate.
I mean, this is not, but the
Right.
Nixie tubes are a
Inspired
thing
by-
that's like pops up in Steins Gate a lot. and
Yeah,
that's
you
where I
guys
wanted
know,
the clock.
introvert, amateur. You know what's up.
Yeah. So
All right.
anyway,
So
that was that. So that was the end of the video. We saw that. Of course, I said yes on the couch. It was amazing.
yeah.
And then we
It was
packed.
great.
We packed everything up that
Oh,
morning.
hold on. Let's show them. Oh no, this is for you.
Yeah. So we packed everything up that morning. And then we drove to Vegas, and it was so exciting. Like, she had pulled off this thing. It was great.
Yeah,
I
we
had
were
the rush.
high for sure. Like,
Oh
we
yeah,
were
I had
on
the rush of getting
yeah.
proposed to. We dropped the dogs off at like the dog boarding place, and then we drove to Vegas.
Yep.
And I had come up with my way of proposing because I was trying to think. She had originally told me like she was going to do something in Vegas that night because it was a zip lining thing.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Hey, just give me, an hour or two at the night. Like, set aside that for my time."
Yeah,
like,
I thought
"Okay."
I was gonna do mine in the evening.
So I was thinking, what I wanted was, I was like, I don't want to step over on that time, and I want to do something that we can easily I want to propose somewhere where we can go back to, so we can revisit the spot, and it's not just gonna get paved over, rebuilt, whatever. Like it's a spot we can go to again. And I was thinking of those rocks that we stopped at on our first trip to Vegas, because it's this cool lookout point. And I was like, that's a really cool place. And then, I was thinking like I could stop there and then say like, hey, I just want to get some drone shots of our Vegas trip or whatever. And that's where I could propose. I had spent weeks and weeks researching. Sorry, I'm getting like a million notifications on my watch. It's so annoying. I spent weeks and weeks researching rings and ordering a ring. This was in October. I had ordered a ring in September.
Okay. Also, mind you, I told Tom I don't want a ring.
Right. She said she didn't want a ring. And I was like,
don't spend that money on I am not one, clearly, I'm sure you guys can tell, I'm not one for tradition or going by the books of how things are supposed to be done. That's why I was like, I'm going to get the Steins Gate pin and propose that to you.
Yeah. And I love that. And I'm on board. And there was just something about the ring where I was like, just a classic, like, diamond ring that I was like, I know she doesn't want it. I know she'd be happy without it, but I felt like I think this will be good. And I think that after we get engaged, she'll be really glad that she has it. It was kind of that thing. And so I did all this research to try to find like a good ring, got a good ring, the whole thing. I actually got it early enough to like show her parents months prior to this. I 3D printed a ring box, which there'll be a picture of. And so anyway, we'll just play the video, right?
Yeah. So
this was on our way to Vegas. Heather's feeling great because she's all done. As we're driving, I'm starting to get nervous because I'm like, I have to pull this off. What if it doesn't work? What if the place is closed? What if it's super crowded? What if a million things? Like, do I have a plan B and a plan C of how I can do this?
Yeah, because it's like a photo spot, so people can pull off the freeway and take pictures and whatever.
So anyway, I had my idea. It did involve the drone, and then I realized, I could capture it. The drone doesn't have to just be a ploy. I could actually do that. And so I did my proposal, and Heather then ended up being able, literally the next day in Vegas, she added it to the end of her video, and then that's what was uploaded. So you get to see both our proposals in her video. But it's all explained.
In the hotel room, I was editing YouTube videos.
It's fine. That's what we do.
So here's the rest of the video.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch this in 2 years.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We're gonna be like, remember when we were on the couch?
There we go. Tom's already crying. Here I am, not knowing what's about to happen. This is what the spot looks like. Isn't it cool?
Okay, so I'm gonna go back real quick here. I know I'm missing the
Look
thing
how
here.
gorgeous this is.
So we're here, but there's a couple things happening. One, it is super duper windy right now. Crazy windy and cold because it's October. It's a desert. Actually gets super cold. There's also this white van or this SUV over here that we call them European influencers because they all had European accents and they were just tons of Instagram
Lots
photos
of
and being
pictures
loud. And I was
happening.
like, you guys have to go. I need to have this tender moment, and I can't have you over here smile for the camera and all this stuff.
You're not trying to be racist.
I'm not.
But that's just what's happening.
That was literally what was happening. And also, Peter approved of my Swedish accent.
Oh, that was supposed to be Swedish?
I don't know what that was. Nondescript European influencer. Anyway, literally you see them pull away here, but we were behind these rocks, so we couldn't actually see them, but we knew they had gotten back in their car. There were like 5 of them or something, and eventually they pull away, so it was just us. And I was waiting for them to leave so long that Heather was like, let's go. And I was like, oh, I really want to get some. She's like, we'll just come back on the way home. Like,
I was
who
like,
cares?
let's just come back on Sunday, like
Yeah.
when we're coming home from Vegas.
Yeah, and then
I was freezing.
I had been like getting these drone shots, which I was really trying to like test out, like, how do I frame this? Will it work? And that is cool because this is the same drone that we filmed for like the Share Spark stuff with. Like it was.
Oh, on the beach.
Yeah, same exact one, which is in my little cabinet right here. And anyway, I was like, oh shoot, like. It turns out I wasn't actually recording the whole time, which is a thing that I've done, so it was very believable.
So I was like, okay.
So I was like, can I just get these shots again? And that's when I set up the drone, and this all happened.
Yeah, I was like, why is he holding me? And then when he put the drone controller down, okay, hold up. He put the drone controller down. Literally, it was the Inception thing of like, boom.
Yeah, it was your moment.
I was like, oh my God, he's trying to propose. Like, it's happening.
Yeah, and
I just had no idea until I was like, why the hell with the drone controller? Like, why would you
set
put
it
it down?
Yeah.
Why would you put it down?
And then I had also like not only gotten a ring, which came in a very beautiful wooden box, but I was like, no. So I 3D printed a ring box that had our initials in my handwriting on it, and it's purple. You'll see a picture in a second.
Yeah, Tom font.
Tom Betica, Tomic Sands. And anyway, I had that, but I had to hide that the whole trip. So I had that in like a secret compartment kind of in the back of the car. So when we were opening up to get out the drone, like Heather stepped away and I could very quickly like take that and set it in my pocket. But I was so scared it was going to be obvious there was like this box in my pocket, or like I was going to drop it on the rocks and it was go down a crack. Like I was so scared. And anyway, so that's what was happening here. And
I was like, oh God, it's happening. And then like, of course, I was trying to like get back in the car because I was freezing. And then when he said that, I couldn't breathe. I was like, it's happening.
I had no idea that I thought for sure once I knelt down, you were going to go like, of course there's going to be a ring. You get on one knee and you ask the question, you give him a ring, but you just thought it's a one knee thing. And you can see her reaction of when I pulled out the ring.
Oh yeah. Cause I was sure he was not going to have a ring. Cause he's usually, pretty good about, Tom, I don't want this. And he's like, okay, we won't do this.
Of course.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's what happened.
And this is where he's saying like, so the last time we were here, we were on this journey to go to like, starting our friendship or something like that. We were heading to Adobe Max. You didn't say that, but now I want to
shout out to Adobe.
Yeah. But now I want to take this like, journey of life together with you. And this is the beginning and all these things. And I just was like, oh my God, this is so cute and sweet. And then boom, this is where I died because
there's the ring.
He showed me this.
There's the ring. You can kind of see the box with our initials on it. But the funny thing there was like the ring box opens in a certain way where if I did it wrong, it would be upside down and the ring would be like pointing.
Tip, yeah.
So I was trying really hard to do it, to open it in a way too where it wasn't like where she could see what it was right away. But fun fact though, this picture, because I wanted to take really nice pictures of the ring to send to her family and stuff before all this happened, when I first got the ring and I printed the box. So I had gone to my school. I was like filming a football game that night, and I went a little early that night so I could go in the studio and like set up the ring and take photos there. So these photos of your ring were taken in the studio on the table where you used your computer to do the first live stream we did. So fun fact.
There's always meaning to everything.
It's fun to have meaning.
I love that. Here's the 3D printed box. Cute.
Oh, look, couples table coming up next. Okay, so where's my thing? There we go. Default scene. So anyway, that was that. Then we had to spend 30 minutes just sitting there like recovering from
I just
this
couldn't
experience.
even. I couldn't even. It was, yeah.
And we did
Speechless.
re-stop at that spot on the way back, and we set up my camera on a tripod and did a nice like actual photo there, which now we have like blown up and framed and stuff. So we have a nice photo there. And then we did also yesterday on the way home, we re-stopped there again.
We stopped at the. We gotta stop at the spot.
and took a photo there again. So every time we'll stop at a spot. We've like stopped there with the dogs and stuff. But it's this really no, there's audio. Okay, there's audio.
There's audio.
But there's it's really cool because the graffiti changes every time we go there. And there's like more and less, but it's very cool because it is a spot you can go and we can be there. We can climb on the rock.
And there's a chance for no one else to be there.
Yeah, like yesterday there was no one else there.
There was
the
no
whole
one else,
time.
yeah. And it's nice that it's like we could just have our time together, and there's so much meaning behind that spot.
Yeah.
And it only makes sense. It's like, when I thought about it, I was like, of course he would propose to me here. This is the perfect spot.
Yeah, and that's why when I really thought there was a moment where I was like, okay, there's people here. It's windy. She's cold. She wants to go. I was like, it's not going to happen. And I was thinking like, okay, it's cool. We're going to Vegas. I was going to like my plan B and C of like, okay, where's a special spot? I could just do it there. And then I was like, I really want this to be the spot. And like, I'll just drag it out. Like, we'll just be here until the timing works out. Like, I got 4 drone batteries. Like, it's fine. And then I was like, it's going to happen. And then it was literally like as soon as like that resolution happened, like when the people left, everything just fell into place. The drone was in the perfect spot. Like everything was perfect. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. And we stopped there again on the way to Vegas this time. So actually we stopped twice in this last trip. And it was nice because we did that. And I was like, oh, and like I went down on one knee and she was there. But it just so happened to be like the exact same time of day. So the sun was like, because when I knelt down to propose, the sun was like right behind Heather's head. So it was like glowing out and I could see her face and the whole thing. And it was like that exact same thing again. It was like crazy flashback. It was awesome. Oh, I love you.
I love you.
So anyway.
Well, it's been totally like everything fell into place as soon as,
Yeah, once you just stop fighting it and just go with it,
everything's
falls
just
into
been
place.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's I know
the
there's
story.
been all the comments here.
But thanks for listening.
Like, what did I miss? Nothing, as usual, nothing.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's like, Dave, is that a box in your pocket or? Oh my gosh, it was just crazy. JFK said my proposal would be simple. Yo, woman, you want to get hitched? Jamaicans are simple folk. I mean, yeah. Then we got married at the movie theater. And,
Yeah, we got married at the movie theater.
Our reception food was in and out, which is wonderful. So
actually, let me show you something. We won't play the whole thing, but it's also another 5-minute video of. Here we go.
Oh, the actual wedding. That's right.
Yeah. So here.
A lot of you were there for this, actually.
Yeah, we just live streamed the wedding. So literally, we're at the movie theater.
Yeah, because this is the county office. If you don't know the story, our county office last year when everything was closed, they started reissuing marriage certificates, but for some reason they commandeered a movie theater, which of course was closed. And so it's like the county people were in the ticket booth.
Yeah, so there was like a partition.
Yeah, and then we were just outside the ticket booth.
Yeah.
And we just set up the phone and live streamed it to our families, which was
May 18th. So this is like, in the thick of
COVID.
quarantine. Yeah.
First lockdown situation. Yeah.
Yeah, but we won't play it because it's literally there's no cuts.
I had given myself my own haircut too. I didn't realize when I did that it was going to be my wedding haircut, but it came out okay.
Like there's our, we exchange our vows and everything, but you guys hear us exchange our vows every time we start this show.
There you go.
Because we literally took the vows that they gave us, like the paper, and we were like, let's just make that the intro to the podcast.
Of course. You got to always be creating content. Michael, thank you, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
Pair character cheerfully blowing a party horn. That's right. Mike said this was the best couples table. Got to go back to work.
Bye,
See
Mike.
ya, Mike. Oh, Ben says bye too.
Yeah. So
emotions.
So at some point, I think we'll do like a wedding celebration I don't know.
That's fun. It's fun to just like reconnect with the couple part of the couples table.
Yeah.
Doesn't always have to just be YouTube strategy and stuff.
I know. I felt bad because I was like, is anyone going to want to hear, like, wedding stuff? I'm so glad that you guys are all still here.
I mean, that is like how the show started.
I know.
And then it's, which is fine. Like, I love YouTube stuff. But it was great. And Raphael, if you're still here, God bless you. But also, like, there were several times on our trip, which finally was our first time out of town, away from everything since quitting my job, being married, all the stuff. Yeah. And it was like we were pretty good other than like the quick live stream we did. We didn't talk or do anything like work related.
It was hard. Sometimes
But Raphael kept popping into my head where I was like, if we're doing something, he would just be like, what are you doing? Stop.
And enjoy the break. Enjoy each other. Stop. Like, the reason why we wanted, because we originally weren't going to do anything. I was like, we don't have to make a big deal of it. Like, it's a big deal to us, but we don't have to, like, go somewhere and spend money if we don't have to. But really, the kicker for me was Tom has not had a break in between careers, like, this entire time. And I was like, if we don't get out of the house and also the place we work, because it's the same place, you're never going to be able to like just turn your brain off and stop thinking about ideas and all this exciting stuff, which, it's not like we're trying to get away, but I just think that I just feel like from a mental health standpoint, that's important. I just feel like you just need to rest and recharge, and there's no way we could do it being in this house, because it's like, this is our office, this is our home. There's like,
and there's just also like, well, I could do laundry. I should take care of the dog.
House projects. And I was just like, no, we need to get away for a bit.
Yeah. But it's funny.
We were only gone 2 nights.
Yeah, but the day of our anniversary, we were thinking of doing the stream later, and we had planned on it, and it was like lunchtime, and I was like, I'm not sure that I really want to stream today.
No, he was like, I don't want to stream.
Because I was like, this is actually the first time where like that part of my brain has turned off, and I'm thinking about other things, and I was like, once we get into the stream and you're on and you're doing the whole thing, I feel like it's going to start that engine back up again. I don't really want to do that. And of course, Heather was like, totally not a problem. We can do that. And then we just kind of agreed, like, well, it would be, we said we would. It doesn't have to be crazy production value.
We don't have to do like a
it
whole
can just
1
be
hour
checking in for a few minutes.
table.
And that was so funny because that's what I was like, well, I don't want to turn my brain on. And that was the stream where I smashed my head into the light. So that turned my brain right back off.
Replay at some point.
Yeah.
So we don't have to do it today.
But yeah, don't worry. The clip of me falling is still there. It's funny now that I'm okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
Anyway.
Scary. Anyway, the dogs are barking because the street cleaners are here, but now they're gone.
Oh, people are saying, why is the dog barking pee or package? And people are saying package.
They don't
Actually,
bark
it's
to pee.
street sweeper.
Street sweeper.
Yeah. Every Thursday, the street sweeper goes by.
So that's that.
Oof. I'm like emotioned out. I kind of need like a snack. Well, John here. John said, thanks for sharing your amazing story. It could have been a month or so earlier if you didn't pull down the armrest. You know what? It happened on its own timeline.
It just happened the way it happened.
And I wouldn't change, like, having all of this stuff and all these memories, I wouldn't change any of that for the world. It's funny to look back on. It's also, like, really meaningful the way that things happen.
Also, it just goes to show how, even though Tom and I have so much in common, we have very different lives, very different backgrounds. Like, everything is totally different. He's unlike any other person that I've met.
You know how? Okay, let's just tell a couple quick stories of this last weekend on our way to Vegas. We fused into just one person now.
Oh yeah.
We were driving to Vegas and we popped by a store that was like best date milkshakes in the desert. And like we looked at that, and I think you said like best date shakes in the desert. And we paused, and then both of us are just
at the same time.
They were like, I don't know about that.
And he just starts laughing, and I'm just in shock. Like, how? Because that happens all the time where we say the exact same thing.
Or it's a weird thing, like the day before that, we were eating dinner, and Heather was just sort of doing it. She was just like looking at her dish and looking at the bowl, and I was like, "You're looking for food for the dogs?" And she was like,
I didn't even know I was looking for food for the dogs.
She was looking for little scraps to set aside for the dogs. And then in Vegas, we were trying to decide, like, do we go here or do we eat here? And it was like rock, paper, scissors. And we got stuck in the thing of
for
like...
For the first four, we did the same thing.
Constantly doing the same thing. And it was like, all right.
And I was like, we're just the same person
It's
now.
like when someone tries to fight their clone and it's just like perfect fighting. Like it doesn't work. So...
Oh, boy.
Yeah, but Luis said what happens in Vegas gets repeated on the couples table. Yeah.
There you go.
Now it does. So thank you for going. That was really fun. I thought we were going to play the video for like 5 minutes and then just talk about whatever, but it took an hour and a half to get through the whole thing. I thought this was going
to be a quick stream. I'm not going to lie.
But I was actually really fun because you put so much into that video. There's all the clips and things, and each clip is a whole story. Like each clip is from something that was days or, you know, it's.
Well, okay, so here's the couples table, like content creator angle is like, even though I don't have like all these subscribers, I'm not a millionaire, and I'm not like the typical YouTube success story that people talk about. Like, because I did what I did, I met you, and that is everything. Like, that is everything. That's like, that's what it was all for.
Like game over.
Like I didn't know that that's what I was going to do, but in giving myself a chance, in pursuing my passion, in giving myself a chance to do something that I had to figure out all on my own. I didn't know anyone else who was doing YouTube. I didn't know anyone else who was an entrepreneur, but I was like, I'm just going to try this. And obviously not only did I meet Tom, but look, like even this is like, you know, a result of
there's
that
so
whole
much.
thing.
There's so much.
There's so many things.
You can't even.
So if you want to know why I love YouTube so much,
yeah,
like it's just this whole.
It's so much more than
thing.
just like get subscribers on this platform. It's like,
I can never explain to someone how much this platform means to me. I can never. It's like this whole thing, you know. I'll never stop being in awe of it. It's so cool.
Jake said, without a doubt, best couple say been linking this episode for years. That's great. And Doc said, buckle up for a long life together. Oops, sorry, Mr. Jake's here. So there we go. And Louise sums it up very well. Happiness is true success in the passion economy. Bringing it back around full circle. I am so like shaky and emotionally like I need sustenance now from going through this whole journey. But this was really, really fun. Thank you guys for reliving it with us. That was amazing. So much fun. And for being like a part of a lot of these things too. Yeah. Like a lot of you were there at these moments and stuff, which is amazing. And and here's to many more. A happy 1 year, and thank you for the best babe. 1 year. I love you very much. Mwah. Oh, I bumped your glasses. I'm sorry.
Yes, you did.
I know that hurts. I just have the best wife in the world. I mean, you see like how lucky I am to have someone who would do half that stuff.
Are you kidding? I mean, I could say the same thing.
Oh my God.
I scored big time, 100%.
Alrighty. Well, anyway, I guess it's time to clear the table.
We'll be back to content creation.
Back to the norms.
Yeah, next week.
Next week, so join us 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right here on Heather's YouTube channel.
See you guys later.
See you later, everybody.